located in the City Hall chambers at 415 Diamond Street, Redondo Beach. I'd like to call the meeting to order. May I have a roll call, Jack?
Yes. Commissioner Gold.
Here.
Commissioner Melendez.
Here.
Commissioner Pizzoli.
Here.
Commissioner Tanner.
Here.
Vice Chair Christian Kelly.
Here.
And Chair O'Brien Herrera.
Here.
Note that we have one less this time. There has been an activation of part of the ordinance of if you hit 3 absences, then commissioners will be removed. So Commissioner Lawrence will no longer be with this panel.
Okay.
And you have a quorum.
Thank you, Jack. Can I invite everyone to join me in a salute to the flag, please?
Issue.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Is there a motion to approve the order of agenda as is?
I move.
Thank you, Commissioner Tanner. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Gold. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Are there any blue folder items for tonight, Jack?
There is a e-comment from Brian Stone, and that would go with actually public participation in non-agenda items. You'll receive and file it there. And then there is also an additional added piece for Vice Chair's Christian Kelly's little presentation in Section K.
Okay, thank you.
So you'll need to, when you get to that one, you'll also need to receive and file.
Do I make a motion to receive and file those now, just when we get to them later?
There's no reason why not.
Okay. Thank you. Next, we move on to consent calendar. Business items, except those formally noted for public hearing or discussion, are assigned to the consent calendar. The commission members may request that any consent calendar items be removed, discussed, and acted upon separately. Items removed from the consent calendar will be taken up under the excluded consent calendar section below. Those items remaining on the consent calendar will be approved in one motion following oral communications. Are there any members of the commission or the public that wish to pull an item for further discussion? Okay. If not, we will approve all consent items in one motion. Is there a motion to approve the consent calendar as is?
I make a motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Christian Kelly. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Gold. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay. We now move on to public participation on non-agenda items. This section is intended to provide members of the public with the opportunity to comment on any subject that does not appear on this agenda for action. This section is limited to 30 minutes. Each speaker will be afforded 3 minutes to address the commission, and each speaker will be permitted to speak only once. Commissioners, just a reminder that there is no discussion during this portion of the meeting. Is there anyone from the public who wishes to speak?
Good evening. My name is Chisaroku, and I am a transdisciplinary poet, artist, physician, and scholar. I am in the South Bay, in Torrance actually, but was raised in the South Bay. And I had been speaking with some of the city officials, including Jack Meyer, about participating and advancing Redondo Beach's arts mission. And what I do typically in the US and overseas is facilitate workshops around healing and trauma, because my specialty in medicine was pediatrics, child abuse, and neglect. And so I look at folks the children, and then also adults who had survived the abuse, and think about ways to use arts to promote healing. So I just wanted to introduce myself. I have an organization called the Joy Well, which has been around for Years, which does virtual and in-person workshops of all kinds, creative writing workshops. All are invited. I've been at Beyond Baroque. If you're familiar with the LA poetry scene, Beyond Baroque is in Venice. I'll be doing a workshop with them later in the fall, and then various festivals throughout the country. But I am here, and I wanted to let y'all know that I'm here so that if you are interested in partnering or doing something together or an idea. I know that public arts is a big priority for you guys. I'd love to think about the ways poetry can be used in public art installations as well. I know that there is no discussion. However, I do have my business cards. Is that okay to give to them? Or should I?
Require a receive and file.
Yeah, that's okay? All right, so should I give it to one of y'all or all of y'all? Okay.
There does need to be a motion to receive and file.
Oh, okay,
Thank you.
yes.
Is there a motion to receive and file?
I make a motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Christian Kelly. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you, Commissioner Pitsley. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion
Yay.
passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else for?
Good evening, everybody. My name is Renee Joyce, and I wanted to introduce myself. I am opening a bookstore in Redondo Beach. We need to talk. My bookstore is Moonstone and Mist Bookshop. I will be sharing a space with Blends Up, acai bar, and coffee in the Riviera Village in Redondo Beach. And we are an all-genre bookstore, carrying books for all readers of all ages, in mostly areas of fiction, but we also support a lot of indie authors and have been doing events already in the South Bay since October as a pop-up shop. I live in Redondo. You might have seen my purple tent at the Riviera Village Festival, or in front of La Terraza, or in front of Blends Up, or in front of Caffeine, or at the Riviera Village Farmers Market. So I've been around and doing lots of events, and I'm really excited to finally have a brick and mortar space and to find more ways to support the commission and the wonderful work that you do in Redondo.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's nice to meet all of you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else in the public who wishes to speak? Do we have anyone online?
We have no hands raised online, and there are no e-comments.
We did have an e-comment in the blue folder item. Would that come now?
Yeah, that will assign with this yes,
Okay.
this locale. So now it's time to receive and file that.
Okay.
Just a point of order, there's a new Brown Act requirement. You have to cycle back and forth between people online and people who are in the audience.
Thank you.
Sure,
Thank you.
it's a new law.
Okay. Thank you. Would we read the e-comment to us now?
We don't read the comments.
We don't.
No.
Okay. Thank you.
Those are for the council, or for the commission.
Is there a motion to receive and file the e-comment that's been received?
I'll make a motion to receive and file the e-comment.
Thank you, Commissioner Pitsley. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Commissioner Christian Kelly. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Thank you. Is there any further comment from the public? Okay. We move on to items continuing from previous agendas. Do we have anything there?
We do not.
Thank you. Next, we move on to items for discussion prior to action. Jack, do you have your liaison report for us?
I do, and we'll kind of bounce around a little bit. Quickly, there have been some changes in the total amount of money available. We have a revised figures from Finance Department, and it was a bit more, and then at the last budget adoption, we accomplished a new allocation, a new project. This will be having to do with art tile on the seawall between the California Beach Club and the Mexican Cantina, Riviera Mexican Cantina. And to speak on this, Mayor Light is here as sort of spearheading this project.
Can you bring up the slide, please? I'm actually going to talk to you about two things tonight, and for identification, I'm Mayor Light, but I'm here as a resident and mayor tonight. I'm from District 1, so. Yeah, can you go to the, what do you call it, the presentation mode?
So it is controlled over on that area, yeah.
Is that it?
Nope. Nope. Presentation mode. The little screen up on the top row, the very top row. Very top row.
Here?
No.
Very top.
Oh, it said it's a slideshow. Got it. Beg your pardon.
There you go. Okay, so as Jack said, I got the council in the budget hearings to set aside $50K initial budget for the King Harbor splash wall art tile murals. The intent is to beautify the promenade where a lot of people first experience our harbor, right between two of our key businesses there. It's a concept similar to, if you've been to Avalon, the art walk right along the beach where they've got the art tile along there with different portals of fish. And I've got a picture of it down below, the kids interacting with it. And the idea is that the art tile would be in the framed area. You can see the splash wall in the picture on the left with the squares. Those squares would be filled with art tiles. And so that's the concept. And as Jack said, between the Surf Club and the Riviera Mexican Cantina, as I talked to businesses down in the harbor, the King Harbor Association is interested in funding more. So, you know, the initial tranche is $50K, but you'll see as we go into RFP, I think we should ask for varied panels. You don't want just one panel in the same thing. And to the ability to expand the number of blocks filled on the splash wall as we get contributions from the public and from the businesses. If you can go to the next slide. I'm not dictating who you guys choose, but I think one of the companies that you should send the RFI, direct the RFI or RFQ or RFP, whichever way you go, is this RTK Studios. You can see some of their work in the pictures surrounding it. The one on the left is the actual artist below the tiles. If you've been to the Catalina Casino, that was Art Deco. It was a fresco done by John Gabriel Beckman. It was always meant to be art tile, but they ran out of time. So Wrigley made John do it as a fresco. As it faded, the conservation folks wanted to go back to the original intent, and they reached out to this RTK Studios, who worked directly with John Gabriel Beckman, who was rather old at that time, to duplicate his style. And you can see they've produced a commercially available version on the right that uses the Art Deco style. And below is some of the styles they've used along that art walk. So, you know, this is the kind of look I think we should be going for, but that's just my personal preference. You guys are welcome to do it. What I want to differentiate, though, is this is not art mosaics, right? These are painted tiles that are meant to be in a mural format, and a lot of people seem to get that confused. So really want this kind of art tile mural going forward. So appreciate you taking a look at RTK Studios amongst the others who may want to turn in proposals. If you could go to the next slide. I'm going to change topics on you. Jack and I, so I went to a Marine Mammal Care Center award for our harbor patrol, and some of their posters, especially that whale tail there, were at the event I went to by an artist named John Van Hammersveld. And you may know him from the Endless Summer poster, but he's done tons of op art type posters and murals around the world, and particularly in the South Bay here, because he lives up on the peninsula. These are examples of his artwork. Cabrillo Aquarium mural, that's brand new. The Beach Life Festival used him for one of their ads up in the upper right there. The Hermosa mural's been there for, I think, about 8 years now, and it's still standing up well. And then he's done a variety of things for the local nonprofits, PV Land Conservancy, Marine Mammal Care Center, and Cabrillo Marine Aquarium. So those are just examples of his type of art. When I went and bought the Respect the Locals, the sea lion and the whale tail, because he had signed versions of them at the event. And I was walking out, his wife followed me, and I turned around as I was leaving because I forgot to ask him if he's interested in doing a mural for Redondo. So we both had the idea at the same time. And since then, we've connected. We walked him down by the pier. And if you can go to the next slide. As we were walking around, we kind of focused on these two areas, that on the upper picture, the white wand of the police substation, and actually wrapped around the corner. And then right behind it is that long wall that you see there. So those are the two areas we're exploring. This would be directed art. This wouldn't be put out for bid. This would be to him or not. I haven't sold the council on it, but would love your feedback on it. And I think we will have a chance to input into what content, what we want to focus on within the mural. The one thing, when I talked with him, and we talked quite a bit, he said he did one where people just kept throwing stuff at him, and when you get too much in it, then it turns out to be nothing, right? So he asked that we focus on a few things. The one thing I talked to him about was our history with George Freeth as kind of the first surf place, but he was also revolutionized lifeguarding, and he was water sports, water polo, and Olympic swimmers right here in Redondo, and a lot of folks don't know that. So wanted to tie a little of our history in with some op art, but you guys will get to opine on that. So I just wanted to give you a heads up. I don't know if the council's going to fund it. We're waiting to hear what the price will be. We got Public Works to get the dimensions of the wall, and I just got that to him today. He's excited to get it, and they're working up a price. So appreciate your time here, and look forward to working with you on hopefully both of these projects. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor.
And thanks for what you're doing up here. You know, I value the time as a volunteer. I get paid a little bit for this job. You guys get paid nothing. And I know from 8 years on the Harbor Commission, sometimes, you know, it's tough. You got to work your schedule around it, and not all the topics are fun, but I think you guys have one of the funnest commissions. So appreciate all the work you do in beautifying our great city. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I'm going to add one little thing to it. He does his work in a non-standard fashion. He does not paint. He does the original painting by hand, then he converts it to digital and puts it up as large vinyl decals. And that means that the art can last approximately forever because it can be replaced, it can be repaired, the color would come back as it always was. It's something that holds up to ocean. So this is unlike something more ephemeral, like a painted mural. So something on the pier, that would be kind of important.
Thank you.
Great.
And moving on with the rest of the,
Appreciate it.
thank you.
Thanks, Mayor.
We in the course of the budget allocations, they did put the savings from Sea Chatter and Gatewave Skatewave, actually, back into the fund. So minus this $50,000 allocation, there's about $100,000 now of available money. I still think that everybody has assured me that's going to go up substantially in the not too distant future because of expectations of new deposits coming in. So this will be a better year for money than the last year was. We lost one big one, though, Gatewave. I believe I sent you a message, but the people at home may not have heard it. The Gateway sculpture by Volkan Akanoglu, which was intended to go at Gateway Parquet down at the corner of Redondo and Harbor Drive, has been canceled at the request of the artist. He became a little less communicative, so we jumped on a Zoom meeting to ask him if he needed anything, and he had sent me earlier messages asking for additional time. We wanted to find out how much time he needed. By the time we talked to him on the Zoom meeting, he simply said he wanted to cancel. He felt that it would be mutually beneficial to both parties, those were the words he used, if we did a mutual cancellation. He had done considerable work and he expected no payment for this. Wasn't going to ask for any payment in the future. And he thanked the city for its patience and its cooperation. He expressed no upset or problem with the city. We don't really know what's going on, but we all agreed that forcing an artist is never a good idea. If he wants out that bad, we gave him the letter of termination. So this project will not go forward. The $275,000 that was allocated will either be returned to the fund or reallocated. This will be discussed at a council meeting on August 4th. So if anybody wants to attend that or give a public comment as a private citizen, that would be the date. And I did put that date on my list of upcoming events and shows. So pencil that in.
Madam Chair, can I ask a question regarding? First of all, this is a big surprise to me. The selection of the artist and the artwork sort of precedes me. I wasn't on the commission when the artist was selected and the process. But for somebody who basically, giving up $275,000, that's more than $250,000 as an artist is very surprising.
Agreed.
I mean, something must have happened there. He's from my hometown, so I'll probably run into him at some point, and I ask myself.
There are many, many, many things that come to mind that are possible, but none that he was willing to explain to us. He simply repeated mutually beneficial.
Okay. Was there anybody else on the Zoom call besides you and the artist?
Yes, it was Kelly Orta, Deputy Director of the department, and she had exactly the same opinion. This is that's all we're going to get from him.
Did
He
we get
clearly doesn't want to do it.
Did the city get anything in writing from him that he's?
We got a letter asking for the termination.
From the artist?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
We don't know why. We know this project goes back 15 years. He originally had a partner on it. I don't really know all the pieces of this.
All right, thank you.
Jack, your recommendation to us is to go to City Council and make a public comment regarding this.
Or watch it, and you can use it. You can phone in an e-comment if it feels appropriate.
Okay, because I know my opinion is we would like that money to stay and get another sculpture in that place. I know that a lot of work
In
went
the
into
same
this.
location?
Yes.
Okay.
A lot of work went into this, though. I know we have the footprint of what that gateway was going to be. That was the complicated part in finding out what was underneath of the ground there. Would it be possible for us to get an I don't even know, to request artists to maybe give us ideas of a sculpture within that footprint?
First, they have to tell us, give us clear direction what they wish to do with the money.
Okay.
Do they wish us to initiate a new project in that location? Do they wish us to put it back in the fund and use it for other projects? We have not been given direction on what to do with it at this point. That's what's going to happen, we hope, get clear and unambiguous direction at the August 4th meeting. From there, we can move forward with whatever that direction is.
So we can put our, what we would like, we can voice our.
You can always, in your Section K, vote to give a recommendation if you are all agreed on one.
Yeah.
And they will see it, they will hear of it. Whether they act on it again is up to them.
Yeah, it just carries some weight to, I was on, like,
So
I was just as surprised as you.
Today.
Huh? Yeah, we'd do that today.
We need to do it today.
Yeah, just to keep that cat and just keep it moving. We did a lot of work, for looking around places and stuff. This one stung me, like this was a big deal for me, so.
I thought this one was going to be done at the end of the summer.
Yeah, we were supposed to break ground and like.
Surprise, yeah.
We are in a discussion item. You can discuss and take possible action if you wish now, if you're all agreed on this.
Would anyone
I'm
like
in
to discuss
agreement
this?
with this now.
Yeah.
And put it to.
Yeah.
Did anybody compose some ideas that they would have with that $275,000?
I think we look for something similar. I mean, we had that was a grand idea. There are, no offense to this guy, there are plenty of other people that have modern-esque, there's something out there. I mean, I'm pretty sure like we could sketch a couple things that we wanted, but there's another artist out there that'll fill that spot for that money, I think.
I would love to see something that just really, I mean, it's right there at the ocean, right? It's right at the start of Redondo Beach. I would love to see something that brings out the sunshine, the sunset, the beach, it's welcoming, it's waves, it's something interactive, big, fun. And I think that's a really great place to put something. So I would love to get this forward, to keep that money and to get something out there to artists. I would also like to put in, if we are able to get out to artists, what we've already done, and that whatever they come back with us needs to fit in with what we know Public Works said will work there already, if that makes sense. Because I remember with all the things, making sure that there was not, was it electric underground and the.
They've already, they
Yeah,
checked
there
it
was
all.
so
That's
much
all.
work that was already done to make this happen.
That is correct. As a matter of fact, he had sent us his final engineering diagrams
Okay.
with his structural engineer, basically identifying exactly where and how it could be organized, arranged, and weight bearing, and so forth, and avoid all of the other utility entitlements that are in that pace. And he waived all pay for that work,
Okay.
which he would have had to have paid a structural engineer to accomplish. So he definitely wanted out.
Right. Well, that's very valuable to us to have.
That's good information to have. I will point out that this would be the highest priced John Parsons Public Art Fund commission ever. The next highest had been the one on the Performing Arts Center, $200,000. So, make sure that you're comfortable specifying that location, that much money, and so forth. And that location, keep considering that it's maybe 50 yards from ocean and sand, which does give you pause as far as maintenance. Just be certain before you make this recommendation that you don't maybe want to relocate it, or that you don't want to do maybe do half one in one place, half in another. I just don't want you to, if you're all in agreed, great. If you're not 100% sure, take your time. Okay. That's a lot of money.
Do
I
we
just,
have to spend it all
No.
on that one?
No.
can I just add something too?
Please.
So I just want to say there's, I definitely think that we should stick with it. I also feel that maybe a little bit of it could go towards other things. And the reason why is because we have Redondo Street, PCH by the Greenbelt. There's still Lilienthal Park. There's Center City Hall. There's Aviation Park pickleball courts. There's going to be by the Plaza on the Lawn, the Performing Arts Center. There's the new brand parquet that will be coming. There's Hopkins Wilderness Park. There's, even addition to the Esplanade. As we know, all of the designated funds that are going to these places aren't as much as we all think. Maybe the start of the Strand, again, it can incorporate into the Esplanade too. And just, I'm sure that fellow commissioners have additional areas throughout Redondo Beach that could use a little bit of art. So I'm for having it, but it wouldn't hurt to take at least $75,000 of that and put it towards some of the other things that have not had as much love with public art in Redondo too. So.
And keeping in mind, your $101,000 minus your 5% maintenance fee that has to be set aside, and the fact that the mayor has an unfunded project for a mural.
Right.
That if it goes forward, that's going to take more money out of the account as well. So if you wanted to set a little aside, maybe for another project, I mean, I realize that they're telling us we're going to get more money deposited this year, but it's not here yet.
Right.
This is the part, okay, the way I feel, that project in itself, if you look at the structure and the art that we were supposed to get, warrants that amount of money. If we were going to find another artist to go through all the stuff that we had to jump through to get something in that space, to me, we were already planning to not have that money. So to just keep that same mindset, but to get an artist first and then whatever's left over to do it. We have the time. Like, we could literally find an artist in the next month and a half, 2 months, and have something there. But to start chopping up the money that we allocated for something big at that spot, to me, it's like, it doesn't make, I don't think it makes sense. I think we were in we were shopping for a definitive piece of art in Redondo Beach, and now that this guy backed out to divvy it up for tiles and things, it just, to me, we're going big, and now we're gonna go to, not that all that other stuff we can't get it done. We got money coming, but to start chopping it up for all these other little projects, I understand we're here to beautify Redondo Beach, but Manhattan Beach has that lens. They have that big lens that is not cheap art. And we're not a I keep saying we're not a sleepy town anymore. And I just for you to think about just keeping that money like we already had it set. And then if we find an artist that comes in under, we still get that money. But to chop it up, I think once we start chopping stuff up, we're never going to get just like the excitement of getting something that big. It takes a lot to fall this close. Like the structure that's on the Performing Arts Center, I don't know what it took to get that there, but that's a big piece. And we have the spot, like we have the space and the money set. And I think it would be a wasted opportunity to just start chopping that money up.
I have a question.
Yes.
Just for clarification, so what the mayor wants to do would come out of our budget?
The art tile has already been allocated out of our budget. For the seawall. The painting or the mural on the pier has not yet been budgeted. It would still have to be approved by the council.
But if it's approved by
But yes, it would come out of the John Parsons Art Fund if it is approved. All art projects do not have to originate with the commission.
So when he came in here, though, and I've asked this before, he's just walking around town meeting art people, and then he said that they're not going to put it up for a bid, and then they were just going to, he talked to the one guy, and then they were going to put it.
For that one piece, that was the idea. He wanted a mural by this gentleman who has put murals up all around all the cities in our area and is world famous. He's a landmark artist. He's done artwork on the Beatles, the Rolling Stones.
I'm not questioning the guy, but
yes,
the
that was
idea
done
is
without a competitive process.
And then he would take that money from the fund.
It can be done if they approve it, yes.
So what
we are allowed to commission an artwork from an artist if desired. Yeah, that is actually part of the public art ordinance.
That's something that comes into play here with this art piece. We can just find an artist that moves metal, bends metal, and have them fill the spot. We don't have to go through this bidding thing.
Undoable. Yeah. Whether or not they will is a question mark. But
well, if he wants us to pay for this thing at the police station, then we want a metal sculpture at that spot.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
The seawall, he wants a competitive process. For the mural, he wants that artist.
Yeah.
Right.
And we want
he
a
did
big
also
metal.
say that King
You
Harbor
can make such recommendations.
Increase funding. I'm not sure how they were going to do that. He didn't go into it.
Yeah, if you want to recommend commissioning a Banksy, you can do that.
Right. Yeah.
It's within your authority to make that recommendation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think we should agree on the fact that, first of all, the $275,000 does not go back into the public.
I agree.
Okay? And I tend to agree with you that I think we should keep it intact as much as we can. I wasn't, again, here during the selection process. Was that done through a competitive thing? You weren't probably there either.
Originally in 2010 through 2014, that was a competitive process long before my time. But I reviewed it all.
RFP and RFQ?
Yes.
Type of a process?
Yes. There were multiple artists.
Any chance we can quickly look into who else have submitted projects?
From 15 years ago? None of them actually were given a request for, there was probably a request for a proposal. I'd have to check that.
Just to be clear, too, the artist, that sculpture, he was giving us a significant discount that guy, $1 million place, he's got sculptures all over the United States that were like $1 million things. So like for $275, I just want to keep this in perspective that it sounds like a lot of money, but when you're like $1 million artist, that
I
came in
will
and
actually give you a little bit more. Back when it started, he was a teacher.
right.
And it was a $75,000 project because the expectation is that he would use his students to manufacture and install it. As it never went forward, installed, he became more and more prominent as an artist, left the state, and started doing work all over the country. Did not have those students anymore. And when we came back to him and said, now we want to do it, now it costs $275,000 to do it. And even then, I think he was being generous.
Do you have an image of it in your file that you can pop up?
I don't think I have one handy, no.
Can I just make the suggestion that, so if you were to go, I mean, I can probably name few artists right now, or maybe like in the coming days, but I don't think that would be a just thing to do. So my suggestion is just basically skip the RFQ process, and each of us suggest to each other or to the chair some artists who would basically do something there for $275,000. Unfortunately, this competitive process takes, as we can see, the incredible long time. So to start it all over again right now, it's not going to happen. And now that our mayor has basically shown us a way of actually pick an artist, and I can just have the city council allocate $50,000 or even maybe more to that particular artist. So, I mean, these are my thoughts. I don't have an answer, but if you guys can think of somebody.
Oh, I agree. I mean, that's a 15, 20-minute Google search to find somebody and then get a phone number and call them. When you call somebody and you say, hey, I got a $275,000 art project for you to build in Redondo Beach, at the beach, we're going to find people. We're not going to have to, and we can negotiate. Then it's like first come, first serve. We'll definitely be able to bargain our way to getting something there.
So Jack, this is coming to the mayor and council, right? And they're going to make a decision, and you said that.
On which piece? On the, are you talking about on the?
Gateway.
This.
Gateway, they're going to be asked, we have asked them to direct us.
Right.
They said that they want to hear exactly what happened, what I've told you about the sculpture and why it was shut down. And then we have asked specifically, tell us what you want done with $275,000. Continue in that location, continue in a different location, put the money back. All the options they have, we need direction. We can't just decide to do things with $275,000 that were not in the original approval.
Could we take a vote tonight on on the commission's opinion?
You can make a recommendation.
Move ahead with it, keep it there, and for them, as the due process, put out an RFQ as well to get the ball rolling.
You are here to advise. That is exactly what you do.
I'd like to make that motion.
Yes,
I would like to
you
make
can
that
make that
motion.
decision
Okay.
if you wish. And what I said earlier was by way of pointing out options, not advocating that that was the way to go. I do not suggest you split up the money. I did not suggest you do one thing or another. Those are your decisions.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that all options had been considered.
Thank you.
Okay, you got it.
Would you like to make a motion?
I'd like to make a motion.
Go ahead.
I'd like to make a motion that we keep the $275 that was for Gateway for a new sculpture to be there, and to put possibly, as soon as possible, an RFQ for a new artist to get that ballgame rolling.
Very good.
Can I make an adjustment?
Please adjust.
Instead of using RFP language, why don't we suggest that we will help with the selection of the artist so that will give us a little bit more flexibility about.
Don't we do that anyway?
I'm sorry, please repeat.
We do that though anyway, I think, right? Or you want to be more specific?
If you go into the RFP process, it's a very long process, right? You have to,
We want
It
to
can
skip
be.
that.
So you want to,
We want to skip it and do what the mayor wants to do, where we
I
just
see
pick
what
an
you're, I
artist.
see what you're saying.
So
Okay.
what
First, you'll
I'm
need an
saying is
RFQ.
we'll
You'll
form
need
a
people who are
we'll form a
qualified to do this.
subcommittee. Our subcommittee selects 3 or 4 artists and then brings it to the commission. And then we'll pick one of them. And
Just
we'll
like this.
suggest that to
Okay,
the-
okay. Yeah,
But,
yeah.
but that's not going to happen before August 4. So for the August 4, our chair can either appear in the council meeting or write them a letter saying that we as the commission, we want that the money to be allocated to stay there where it is. And we will come within the next couple of months with a suggestion of an artist and projects to the council as to what to do.
Within a
there.
month,
Within a month.
within a month.
With that much money, you're going to need an RFQ in order to identify qualified artists. You will need to select from them
Why?
and
Why? Tell
send
me why.
that to the council.
Tell me why.
They will have to approve that selection, and from there you will ask them for proposals with a small stipend, usually $1,000 a piece, to get designs.
That's a step further, though. Like right now, though, we're just going to say our recommendation in the clearest way we want, and then anything after that, you're thinking ahead. Just what do we want to do tonight?
We want to
wanna
have a
keep the money-
recommendation of sticking with the $275,000 where the original gate wave was going to be for a future artist to hopefully get.
Yeah, so
Established, yeah.
as far as clarification, though, I understand what you're wanting. I want to do the
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But instead of going to where we think they might go, whatever that language is, help us out and then figure like, what do we write that's basic enough to where we don't get
Saying
into
that
the RFPs
The
and RFPs.
commission will submit names of artists. Like we gave him, let's be specific, 3 names of, or names of 3 artists for the council to make a decision.
Correct.
By
In a
when?
month,
Yeah.
on 2 months, whatever.
We write whatever we want. We get to say and
I
recommend
mean,
whatever we want.
why do we
They
need
get
to
to say
do
no.
through an RFP? You
Well,
keep
we don't
saying
know
that.
that yet. We get
But
to say, yeah.
He's
Well,
saying-
so the question is, do they demand it of us or not?
Right. They will, there's a chance that they may not demand it, all right?
Right.
There's always a chance, and you
Right.
can make a recommendation to do otherwise.
There we go. That's
Right.
it. It's like asking dad for money, mom
I
for money.
suggest you do
Just
more
like,
than just a motion, that maybe you write a letter, a short letter or a memo that says that, you consider this to be a landmark work and that you would like, to keep, that amount of money is necessary to preserve it as such in that location, as you can basically tell them why you want to do this at the same time that you're telling them what you want to do.
So we just make that motion.
Okay,
What about,
go for it.
so you want to,
Brian, go make the
yeah,
motion.
make the motion. You seem like you got to.
Okay, I make a motion that the Cultural Arts Commission recommends to the council that the money allocated for the Gateway project stays
As
Allocated.
is.
as is, and the commission will submit ideas about artists and new projects to the council for their consideration within a month.
Perfect. Is there a second?
I second. We all
Thank you,
second.
Commissioner
Did you
Mendez.
say that you're going to submit artists or art?
Artist and/or art.
Okay.
I just don't want to go through another, 12-year process.
No. It shouldn't be necessary. The last time we did the Gordon Huther Waves on the Redondo Beach Performing Arts Center was a year and change. It should not take that long. I think it was connected to a building process, the transit center, and that kept changing, and the money was tied to that. Basically, that came with all kinds of complications. It wasn't John Parsons' art fund money originally, so there's no reason in God's green earth that it should cost that much. I mean, sorry, not cost, take that long.
Thank you, Commissioner Tanner, for your motion. Thank you, Commissioner Mendez, for your second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
We do need to also ask for public comment.
Absolutely, public
Thank you
comment.
for the
of course.
reminder. Is there any public comment?
Georgette Gantner, District 2. In a way, I'm kind of relieved that that sculpture isn't going in there because the problem is the ocean and the elements, and I'm not sure that what he was using would hold up to that. In that same area, there's a small sculpture that was already put in. It's the bicycle that's moving. And every time I walk that and I look at it, I'm sad because it's falling apart. I mean, it originally was powder coated, which powder coating doesn't always, it's sustained. So they had to remove that. Now it's metal, it's rusting. The mechanics of it don't really function. It's sad. So when I was just getting a vision, every time I go by, I was thinking, oh yeah, that piece is going in here. Will someone try? It just seems like it's vulnerable. So I would say, yeah, something else should go there because it's a wonderful location. But when Commissioner Melendez brought up the piece in Manhattan Beach, the glass, maybe that kind of material could go there because that might hold up better to the elements, the salt and the winds we get and the rain and the everything, lots of sun. So that's something. And also, I'm just curious, when Mayor Light came in here, was that not a suggestion or is he saying that's
He
going in?
asked if I minded.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
How do
I'm
I
not
say this
supposed
in
to
a
talk.
diplomatic way?
Direct the commission.
Hold your ground because you are the commission and you're here to suggest, and it's great that he has this idea. And Van Hammersveld was the guy that did the Endless Summer poster, as you guys know. So he's world renowned and his work is beautiful. He's got stuff in Vegas and above, and it's animated. But I would say, yeah, with the 275 being available now, I can see the council on August 4th going, aha, we'll use that for the mural, and hopefully that won't happen. But I'd say hold your ground. If you don't feel that that should be the situation, then stay strong. That's all I can say, because the commission is here for a reason, and I would hope that he would respect that. Thank you.
You.
Thanks.
Thank you. Jack, can I ask you a question then?
Yes?
So if the council approves what the mayor is suggesting, we have no say in that as a commission?
I have no idea what the process will be yet. If you're talking about the mural, we do not have the process ironed out. At this point, it would be, we are in the process of finding out how much would such a thing cost. We will revisit it at that point and see what he does or does not want to do.
Okay, but they can override what,
Of
like
course.
if we said no, they can
Oh,
override
absolutely.
us.
Of course they can.
Okay.
That's
They actually decide. We recommend, they decide. That's how it works. If you are of the mind, I wouldn't mind that at all.
Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't know he was still here.
I know, that's great.
So, I'm not here to dictate to you guys, neither is the council. You're here to recommend to us, as Jack said. On the art mural, that's up to you guys. I just asked that you include one vendor in that RFI. As to the Van Hammersveld art, that is a specific artist. And if we go for that, it's going to be because it's an iconic artist that has done murals for every city in the South Bay except Redondo, and we're kind of left out. And he approached us as well as me talking to him. So that would be a Van Hammersveld, but he will ask for what we want to emphasize in the poster, and then he'll do, or the mural, and he'll do what he wants with it. But as I said, he advised you don't want to get the ideas of everybody and they're all disparate and disconnected and try to do that, because he had to do that for one and he didn't like the results. But he'll do whatever we ask, but I tend to follow the artist, and if he says limit the elements, we should do that. But that will be up to you guys. At least that's my intended process on this. The council knows that we've been approached by Van Hammersveld. They know that I've met with them. The question is the cost, and that's where we're at on that. So I hope that answers any question you might have. And you're free to ask me a question.
I think just to clarify, so everybody understands. So what you're saying is, this is a mural that we would like to do by this artist, but the commission still has the opportunity to give you our input into what we think might be a great fit there, based on our discussions with the artist.
Yeah, and I threw out one idea, the George Freeth, since he's a key element of our history of our waterfront. But there's other things. I mean, we do satellites, dive and surf, body glove was invented here, all sorts of things we could, ask him to put in there. I just think we need to come to consensus on kind of one or two themes we want to work in there. And you can look online, there's a ton of different, they did a huge mural around the water tower in El Segundo. It wasn't the best shot, but you can actually go and see the mural in Hermosa and stand right by it and see kind of that texture of the material that Jack was talking about. And they did have to repair it, and they just cut out a section and glued a new one in because there was some graffiti on it. And there's also, I mean, he's done album covers, he's done, specific personalities. So he's done a lot through his career, and he's worldwide known. He just did a big display of all his stuff at a local art, I don't know what you call them. What do you call it when you do your own?
Show, your show, yeah.
They're focusing on one artist, and they had the whole room. So he basically gutted his house.
Retrospective?
Yeah. So he invited me up to his house, but he said right now it's stripped because it's all at this one event that they were having. So, we want you guys to advise, and I don't want to take that away. But in this case, if this comes to fruition, and there's no guarantee it will be by that artist. And the art tile free world, whoever comes in.
Is there any clarifying questions?
Yes, it's not a question. As a matter of fact, I'm very glad, Mr. Mayor, that because you opened up a new way for us, which I was thinking that we should adopt as a commission as well, meaning that there are incredibly talented, worldwide known artists living in our area. And so far, this commission's methodology was we identify a spot, and then we go out with an RFQ and then an RFP. Maybe you overheard our earlier conversation. The concept that we were talking about, the project Gateway, has been going on since 2014. So with this process, it takes an incredible long time. So now I feel much better that you as a mayor, and as you said when you came in earlier, as a resident of Redondo Beach, can make a suggestion about an artist. And if we basically support that, the council approves it, we can use that money rather than going through first the venue, then the artist process. Now we have an artist, and then, so yeah. I thank you for that.
Thank you. I think there's value in both, and we shouldn't go just one way or the other.
Yeah, definitely.
But when you have a world-renowned artist coming to you saying, I would love to do something for Redondo, I think we need to take that seriously. And he won't do it if it's a competition.
Absolutely.
He would be insulted.
Yeah.
To jump off that it's important to remember that I mean, we have the guy that did the skate park is a famous guy that did barracks. Like this is like in the community, the skate world. It's important, whether you believe it or not, to have names in Redondo Beach. So for us to think about that when we pick artists, to have a catalog of famous artists, their names plastered all over our town would be really cool. So I appreciate you coming out
and by the way, John loved that mural because I took him down to view it, and he knew the artist. He used to work in Surfer Magazine and then Surfer Illustrated, so his whole career was started here in the South Bay. And he was working for one of the aerospace companies. And then he decided to take art at the Art Institute down in, Westchester. And got called up by Bruce Brown to do a poster because he was a surfer. So he's a fantastic story.
Great story.
That's a great story.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Ernesto Morante, who did the Sea Chatter, also was very high on the skate waves work.
Oh, yeah.
He went down and looked at it while he was down here painting and was really excited about it. So apparently that one turns a lot of artists on.
Okay. That's great to hear. Thank you, Jack. Is there any other public comment? Do we have any online comments now?
We have no one on Zoom with their hands raised and no e-comments.
Thank you. Can we make a motion?
Commissioner
Tanner, would you like to
make
make
the thing, please?
Okay.
Since we are here on our budget, one of the budget items is Artesia.
1 second. Commissioner Tanner, I want to go back to the motion for Gateway. Now that we've had our public comment, we need to make a new motion and carry that forward.
Sorry.
That's okay. Would you like to make your motion again regarding
I make
Gateway?
my motion again.
Is that okay?
That should be fine.
Okay. Is there a second?
I second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you. The Artesia projects, do we have another agenda item today, or should we discuss it right now?
That's a separate item that was in the consent calendar.
It was in the consent calendar?
It was. There was a one page with minimal updates, but I can tell you that its primary thing is that we have
I'm very
finally
sorry.
managed to accomplish a complete community panel. That was difficulty. We had a lot of people who expressed interest in being on the panel, and when they found out how much commitment, suddenly backed out. Well, we got our fifth. We have it. They're scheduling now to, had a little trouble getting a hold of you, Commissioner
I
Melendez.
answered the email before I got here.
So anyway, we need to know availability so that we can do our evaluation of the, and get our short list ASAP. Item number J.2, which was supposed to be asking for a special meeting, hopefully to accelerate this process, is no longer valid because of all the conflicts people had. It's going to be the August meeting no matter what. So we don't need to make a special meeting for that purpose. But we want to bring it back to this commission on the next meeting, whatever the selections are, and send it to council right away.
Can we know who's on that committee?
We are.
Aside from
So aside from you two.
we have here is Commissioner Melendez, Commissioner Christian Kelly are the panel members. The citizen members is Georgette Gantner, and there's a lady I have not yet met, Ms. Hathaway Chavez is her name, and she is a local, and she specializes in I guess the best way to describe it would be facilitating, making things happen. And so she looks like a good candidate that was specified by Councilman Obaji. Cool. And then from the Public Works is the fifth one, and that will be Mark Garlock, Director of our Urban Forestry. Manager is what they call it now. They used to call it Parks Manager, but now it's Urban Forestry. And that is because a great deal of this will happen on things like the median strip and places where who knows where the plumbing is, who knows where the structures are underneath, who can make sure that what we're proposing can actually happen in those locations. So it's important to have somebody who knows infrastructure on this commission, on this panel. And then there was about 192 submissions, and I believe that they winnowed it down to something in the order, I want to say under 60. And so that's what needs to be done from there, get it down to the selections that we want to actually invite to do proposals.
Thank you.
And that meeting is, we're trying to schedule it ASAP.
Great. Thank you, Jack.
Thank you.
So
Do
it's
we have
moving
anything
again.
else under your liaison report? I know we were in John Parsons' fund before we started that. Do we have anything else under here that we need to talk about?
I get it, but I don't get it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Are we good for your liaison report?
Yeah, the only other thing on here, as I said, is a list of some interesting looking shows that are popping up all over the place. See where exhibitions are. Paying attention to what Commissioner Tanner said, there's stuff all around us. We're not just looking in Redondo. So it's like the El Segundo art map actually that they're doing actually also kind of crosses over into some of what Commissioner Melendez has been talking about. So some interesting stuff. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
On that one.
Thank you.
And then, Jack, do you want to move on to J3?
You want to receive and file?
Is there a motion to receive and file?
I make a motion to receive and file.
Is that
Second.
Was that Commissioner Christian Kelly? That motion, thank you. And Commissioner Gold for the second. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next, Jack, do you have discussion regarding possible action and selection of 3 replacement artists to complete the latest round of utility box art installments?
Yep. Let me pull this up. Could you bring me up my screen in a second here? That wasn't here. Okay, the utility box designs, as we've talked about before, there were 5 that were selected. 3 did not pan out. They just could not generate the resolution necessary to be able to expand them to the size of a utility box and make it happen. 2 of them, one withdrew, one was unable to complete, and the last one just went silent. And so those 3 have been canceled. The other 2 have been awarded their contracts and will go forward when we have all 5. That is the minimum that spin imaging requires in order to make it cost effective for them to do the installations and the fabrications. So we have 3 districts, districts 2, 3, and 5 to consider. District 1 is a go. District 2 is not. District 2 is the box that is on Redondo and Harbor, right in front of the power plant, right across the street from what would be Gateway Parkette. And so we'll need to select one for there. We have another one on District 3. That's at Prospect and Barrel. And then finally, District 4 is a go.
That's cool.
District 5 is the box on Manhattan Beach Boulevard at the corner of Dow.
Okay.
So we need to find ourselves some artists. We talked and agreed that we should bring back the previous finalists from this same batch because they were all selected in the purse. You have a sheet for voting on it, and I sent those out to you to refresh your memory. Let me bring this up here. Where did I put this? Try not to get old. Here we are. So these are the ones that were originally submitted by Vice Chair Christian Kelly. These are 2 more, Genevieve Essen. She's the one from that we've already awarded the contract to for number 1, but she had 3 that actually made it to the selections. So there's this one, number 2, to consider, and Heather Andrews Horton has this one here. Commissioner Tanner selected Daniel Wend, 2 different pieces, and one other that actually was Armel's piece that actually is The Whimsical Wave. And we had Paul Michael Glazer's Picnic is his title.
Oh, I like that one.
Tony Barbosa. Oops. There it is. Tony Barbosa's, and that one did not have a title. You had Thomas Griffith, called Clouds. And Camilla Kowal, I don't know how to pronounce that properly, Kowalski, had 2. This one was called Crystal Cove, and the other one is called Blooming Flower. Commissioner O'Brien Herrera had offered up Susie Cortez's Island Girl, and the other Genevieve Essen selection, she calls Floral Peace. Hugo Hernandez was, he had graphics in his, which is a no-no in the program. He was trying to suggest that we want to redesign our logo at the same time. Subsequently, we got our new logo, and he had no problem with removing the logo from it and submitting the art as a standalone. He said he had created them separately anyway, and he considers the art standalone without the Redondo Beach logo attempt. And that would apply also to his other one, the one on the car. That would, the logo would simply come off, and he would love to be considered again. Christian Kelly's recommendations. You can see these are the 3. 1 was already picked, 2 are still available. Commissioner Tanner, 1 picked, 2 available. Commissioner Golds, all 5 of these are still available. And Commissioner O'Brien choices, can I spell the name right? O'Brien Herrera, 4 choices available. So I X'd out the ones that didn't qualify. I removed one that had actually been sold. The artist had subsequently sold their work, so it was no longer available. And then the green checks indicate that they've already been accepted and have a contract. So all of those are listed in your list. There's a column with your name on it. I was going to suggest we just, 1 through 15 and rate them. And I went, well, why are we skewing it with our least popular choices? May I suggest we do 5? So the top 3 would be the ones that offered a contract. But if we ran into another problem, we would already have 2 backups that could be offered up and that had already been selected to keep this going and get these things done. If you agree with that.
1 for our first choice, not 5, right? We write 1.
1 is 1, 2 is 2.
Okay.
The lowest number wins. I don't want to complicate this any more than has been done in the past.
And once we're done, would you like to pass it down to you?
Well, you can do that, or you could just read them off to me, and I will type them into a spreadsheet, which will add them right now, as opposed to a later thing. I've got that right here on the computer.
Yes. That's my favorite, second favorite.
So if you'd like to go ahead and take a moment and write down your 5 in the order you prefer them, 1 being your favorite, 5 being your 5th favorite.
Correct.
The problem is,
Well, that would be a problem.
Yes.
you should do it the other way around.
I'm sorry?
I don't like
You
that
should
one
do it the
anymore. now
other
that
way
you said
around,
that.
because then there will be a
does
bunch
that-
of zeros
That's what makes it
for the
cute.
place,
Yeah.
for the works that we don't vote for, and they will push the grade down. So we should give a 5 to our first choice.
Also, can I ask something real quick too? The 2 places that are there, the one on Redondo and then the one above, like, they're 2 different, like, areas where sometimes art is really
That's
does.
kind of up to Spin Imaging to give the appropriate template and make it fit. And they generally work with the artist to accomplish that.
No, but I'm saying there's 2 different places, but we're picking out the artwork, but it's not like one's going to be it doesn't have a space for one
Sometimes
designated.
there's a pair of boxes, yes.
You can designate the space.
Yeah, that's why I
So we
think that
can
we
say,
should do.
we picked this one, we think it goes better at the Redondo location, so that's where we would like
Yeah,
that to go.
yeah.
Is that
No,
right, Jack?
and these are the ones that were already, the locations were
Okay, good,
already
okay.
selected.
That's what I want to make sure. Okay.
If you want to make a separate selection of which art goes where, we can do that if you wish.
If there's anything we feel strongly about, we're able to do that, yeah.
Yeah, I did not, you're right, I did not consider location, I should have.
Can I say this again, what I just said?
Yeah, you think,
If we go with 1 through 5, 1 being our first choice, with more choices than 5, this methodology won't work, because there will be a bunch of zeros that will push the grade down. So we should give 5 to our first choice, 4 to our second choice, 3 to our third choice.
I did my auto add spreadsheets so that it basically, it would just count.
Okay,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, that makes
Yes, I
sense.
see what you're saying.
so is that okay? 5 to our first choice.
All right.
The highest grade to our first choice.
This is what I was asking.
Yep,
Yeah.
I see
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's a good suggestion, thank you.
So
your
just
3
reverse it.
Yep, your
Reverse.
3 will stay the same. Just change those, okay. Okay, are we all ready?
Not yet.
Well, no. Now I have to go backwards.
And Jack, can I make a suggestion? After we pick our top 5, can we go through those 3 locations again and assign a location to each of them?
I see why not, no reason why not.
Thank you.
Sorry if I inadvertently, once again, complicated it.
This is, you mean you got to pick and then you got to put it with somewhere.
Keeps everybody
so
on their
it's-
toes.
But what's cool is that
Human
we
nature.
focus first on just picking them. I don't really care where they go.
You can decide how you want to
that's-
select it.
I'm not sold. We
You have
got artwork.
Any way you wish to decide how to select is up to
As long
you.
as
I
we're
have
throwing
no
art
problem
up.
with it.
That's,
Okay, are we ready now? Commissioner Commissioner Tanner, would you like to go first?
Sure, with the number and then my grade, would that? is
Yeah,
that
number
easy?
and the grade.
Okay, number 2, 1.
Mhm.
Number 13, 2. Number 15, 3. Number 9, 4. And number 8, 5.
Okay, and 5 being your preferred.
Yes.
Correct. Got it.
Oh, I did it.
Commissioner Pizzoli.
I would like number 12, 1. 11, 2. 19, 3. 24. 16, 5.
Okay, and Vice Chair Christian Kelly.
For number 3, 1. Number 18, 2. Number 2, 3. Number 13, I have 4. And number 19, 5.
Okay, and Chair O'Brien Herrera.
Number 18, 1. 16, 2.
I'm sorry, which one?
Number 16,
15?
16.
16, 2. Got it.
Number 12, 3.
Mhm.
Number 20, 4.
Yep.
And number 19, 5.
And 19 is 5. And Commissioner Melendez.
Number 12, 1. Number 18, 4. Number 11, 5. Number 20, 3. And number 9, 2.
All righty. And Commissioner Gold.
Number 12, 5.
I'm sorry?
12.
12, 5.
Number 11, 2. 13, 4.
I'm sorry. I have no idea why, but I got messed up. Would you please start over so I don't,
That's okay.
I get it right?
Okay. Number 12 is 5.
Got it.
Number 11, 2.
Got it.
Number 13, 4.
Yep.
Number 15, 1. And number 14, 3.
I'm sorry. 14 is 3?
Yes.
Got it. Okay. I can say right now, only 5 of these got at least 3 votes. Let's see where they placed in here real quick.
And we need 5 of them? We need 5.
We needed 3, and then there's 2 backup, I think.
Okay, so if we have the 3, I don't really care what the backups are.
Me neither.
I just want to be done. Well, because it's taken way too long.
This is the issue. If we had the money, I would just say take them all and
Agreed.
just put them all up.
Agreed.
Like if somebody submits, you get a box.
At some point, they will all get.
Correct. They actually get money from this too, I think.
But my concern is that number 16, the girl's head's cut off.
I thought the same thing, so you're just gonna see a body.
Right. When it was scary, I picked one with the dog because I love dogs. And he's like, you're not going to see the face. I'm like, well, what good is that?
Yeah. They'd have to resize. Put the whole kid on the box.
But that was very helpful, though, feedback. He's like, Michelle,
Yeah.
like, if it's not going to work.
It's gonna be a headless dog.
Can't have that.
Almost there.
And you have strong feelings of where you want some of these? For real? Like all of them? Just one, you do, of course you do.
No, I just think there's a very logical place to put them.
Okay.
It ends up being there. It looks like it might end up being.
All right, so if you guys start scrapping, how do we pick? We flip a coin? I'm not getting it. I'm gonna just agree.
I'm just happy that they're there. We got some more.
What are our top three here?
It looks like
It's those three.
it's 13, 19, 20, I think. Yeah, 13, 19, and 20.
Nice.
20.
13.
So 13 got 13.
Emily, can you do me a favor? Oh, you've got it up there. You should be able to see the totals in the right-hand column.
Yeah.
13 got.
Would you please verify that you agree that I put everything in the right place?
Yes.
I didn't miss any of your selections by mistake.
Say 20. Nice, those are good.
Yep.
Works for me.
Yep.
Great.
What were the two backups? Do you have those?
That would be number, let's see.
Number 12 and number 11.
12 and 11? Okay.
Yeah. 12 and number 11.
So when next, whenever we do boxes next, we can just pick those two.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
And now back to the locations. Does anyone have any opinions or that you would like to discuss? There was the one on Redondo.
The crane.
Okay. There is the one on Beryl, and there's the one on, I believe it was Manhattan Beach Boulevard and Dow.
Barrel, I like the clouds, but
I like the idea of doing the girl driving a sports car in Redondo Beach, either on Redondo or Beryl.
So Beryl sees a lot of children.
It does.
Just making sure.
It's across.
I show us as doing our primaries as 13, 19, 20, and our backups as 11 and 12. Do we agree?
I think are so,
Correct.
Yes.
clouds are so pretty.
I suggest the clouds for Redondo
Oh,
because it's next to the old
power plant?
power plant.
That's why the crane, because they have the old wildlife preserve too.
Yeah, that matches.
I'm just
Okay.
saying, that's what I thought.
But clouds to me is like fresh air, so, okay.
No, but I
whatever.
get it. I get it.
Did you agree on, did you agree on one yet? Does anyone, okay. So you picked the cloud so far. What was the other one? The wildlife.
Oh, the
So what was the
crane.
other one? What's the other one left out?
And the other one is the car, the girl
Okay,
in the
so
car.
you both, like, there's two locations you picked. What's the one that you didn't pick and then you didn't talk about? Put the other one there, right? You agree on one.
Which one would we like to go on Dow and Manhattan Beach Boulevard?
I like Barbie. Sorry, she reminds me of Barbie.
It does totally.
Because Manhattan Beach Boulevard is a big, long street that some people drive very fast on.
So Barbie and Manhattan, and then you just got to argue out the last two.
I like the car to go there.
To go where?
On the Manhattan Beach.
Yeah.
So we all kind of agree with that one, right? All right. So Manhattan Beach Boulevard gets the Barbie one. Well, what are we calling? What's the title?
Number 20 will go on Manhattan Beach Boulevard and Dow.
I'm sorry?
Number 20?
20 wants to go on on.
Yes.
Yeah, we figured
Are we
that one out.
agreed on that?
Can we see that
Yes.
location again?
Yeah.
Because here's where
Put up the location.
here's where this is why I really care where they go. I've been noticing these boxes all over every other city lately, and I don't ever notice ours. And when I do see ours, I'm not always excited because they're just like that cloud. Like they're just kind of boring, not really something that draws my attention, art kind of thing. And so I would love to see the girl driving the car closer to the beach because we're at the beach, or on Beryl because you're on your way down to the beach. I would love to see the wildlife one at one of those, the other spot of those two, because I feel like that's where the most traffic is. And so that's where it's going to get the most views. And it's something that's a little different than a lot of our other boxes where it actually has something to look at that's inviting to draw you in.
So you want the beach car one down down on Redondo?
Yeah.
Which one's the one in front of the wildlife that we already have? The mural. That's the one you're talking about?
The mural, so this isn't by the mural though, is it?
No, this
This would be,
Jack, can you say
The
the three
locations.
designated spots?
yeah, so it's
But
Redondo.
it's on here, yeah.
Manhattan Beach here.
I would
We
like,
have Prospect Avenue and Beryl Street.
I know that one.
so that one, I mean, that gets so much traffic every day.
That gets a
Let's
lot
make
of
it something
traffic.
cool to look at.
And finally,
Yeah.
Harbor Drive in Redondo, which is right across the street from Gateway Parkette.
I would love to see the girl driving the car there. It fits in with the beach to me. And I would love to see the wildlife up on Beryl.
Okay, so, just for whatever, let's say the girl goes here, right? And then what's the next location, if we can flip to that one? Just so you can visualize. Okay, so then what do we like here? The wildlife or the clouds?
The wildlife.
Does anybody, we're all cool with that?
Well, but I have a question. It's a very busy corner, street, and there are a lot of kids and crossing guards and such, and my one concern is that there's so many kids, and if people are distracted,
So what's less distracting, the clouds?
Let me throw out an example though. Miracosta has utility boxes. I know there's one for sure because it's the volleyball players. But I think that they have two and they're very fun to look at. And you're sitting there at the light, you're waiting, you look over and that's a really busy intersection. I mean, that one with the volleyball players is Artesia and is that Peck? No, it's the one right after Peck. It's a really busy intersection, but my point is it makes you smile to see that art that's lively and inviting, and it's not just something that kind of lulls you, you know? I don't think that it's a distraction. I think it's doing what art does and is supposed to do, and it's just supposed to entertain you and make you feel something when you sit there.
So for here, out of the two, if we all decide that if the car goes at the thing, which one would we want here, the cloud or the?
I want the wildlife.
But after what you just said though, right? You said people stopping at the stoplight.
We'll look at it and enjoy it.
Right.
Yeah.
I would like to see clouds, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, and then is that fulfill your distracting thing? The clouds less distracting than wildlife?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, so we got two so far. We got the girl by the beach, right? Clouds here, and what's the next location?
Okay, so you want,
I want that wildlife.
you want Girl by the Beach at Hermosa, at Redondo and Harbor?
The wildlife.
Okay, we know the Barbie one. What's the other location we haven't talked about so far?
You want the wildlife on Manhattan.
We have,
Okay, this one. Okay, so now we're.
no, that one's already been done. This one.
This one. So we
Manhattan Beach Boulevard.
So right, you see what you're saying now? Because then so we would put the wildlife here. That's what's left.
I was gonna see.
I know, but then what do we put? We put clouds there. Did you like the wildlife at the
What
kids
if you
spot?
put the
I'll make it
the-
very
the
easy. I will
car-
go with the majority. Because
That's
because
nice.
honestly,
What about the car there, though?
We all decided the car goes to the beach.
Closer to the beach.
Our decision now is, do we put the clouds there or the wildlife?
why don't you put the clouds there, which will appease the majority
And
of
put
us?
the,
And then
the
put,
wildlife at the,
yes.
kids plot?
Okay,
All right,
fine.
sounds good.
okay, sounds good.
All right, we got it.
Okay, so Manhattan Beach Boulevard gets clouds
Yes.
Yeah,
and Prospect and Beryl gets wildlife.
correct.
And the other Hugo Hernandez goes to Redondo and Harbor.
Wow.
And that's the car.
Yep. Good job,
Got
guys.
Yep.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
You want to make a
Think so.
motion with that in it?
Oh,
We can vote on it?
yeah, I would like to make a motion that the clouds go at Manhattan Beach Boulevard. The girl driving the car goes whatever the location is, Redondo, and then the
Rain.
wildlife one goes at
Prospect and Beryl.
Prospect and Beryl.
I second it.
And you got the third one? Clouds?
Yeah, we said that. Clouds go at Manhattan Beach Boulevard.
Okay.
Thank you, Commissioner Melendez, for your motion. Thank you, Commissioner Gold, for your second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
And we do also
We'll
have
get
to have
the
public
contract
comment
together and
on this
send
one as
that on
well.
up.
Thanks for.
One last thing I didn't mention is that we have completed the contract for the Esplanade, and it will also go on the August 4th city council meeting.
Sweet.
So we should be able to award that.
What
then.
are those cement things called again?
I'm sorry?
The cement things, what are those called?
Ballards.
Is this the ballards? I keep forgetting that one. Ballards.
And let me just back up for 1 second. We did have public comment before that motion carried.
So yeah, we just have to ask for public comment. I do not see any hands raised on Zoom, and I don't see anyone e-comments online either. Does anyone in the public have any comments?
Okay, thank you. Of course. Would you like to just remake the motion? Are we fine? Do we need to make the motion again?
You're done?
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Ready to move on to K?
Very good. So we are now at any of commission referrals to staff.
Commissioner items?
Is there anything that we would like to send to staff? Under K that will,
For subcommittees and all that.
sorry, let me pull this back up. Now I'd like to receive and file any reports from subcommittees. Do we have any reports from subcommittees?
Yes. Can we have the screen, please?
Can I, Commissioner, we're gonna do this together?
Yep.
Okay. Good evening, fellow commissioners and community. Behalf on the Redondo Beach Cultural Arts Commission Subcommittee, we're proud to present our public art framework for the upcoming Redondo Transit Center. Our goal is to transform this critical regional hub from a basic commuter thoroughfare into a striking cultural gateway. We have developed a site-specific permanent narrative theme titled Wave of History. This tripartite or three-part concept physically guides passengers through three defining eras of Redondo Beach as they move across the transit plaza, weaving our civic identity directly into infrastructure. Why is mine not popping up? Sorry. Okay, and this is the location where the transit center is at Kingsdale. And so this gives an idea of possible areas for an artist to do their artwork. Can I go on to the next one? Especially in the beginning, like the first little picture. I can't. The first picture. Okay. And this is for possible, again, for possible artwork. It was 75,000, correct, Jack? But in April, it said 75,000.
It was 75,000 initially. 1,000 was spent on a proposal, the Red Whales, I believe.
Okay.
And so there was
That's what I'm
74,000
missing.
remaining.
Okay, gotcha. And then it would probably be good to set like another $1,000 for when it does go out for an RFQ or whatever.
For
Right.
reference, the lower left photo is the one that was intended to get
Yes.
that mural and was determined it could not be.
Right, because it just,
It's permeable and the
Permeable,
water gets through.
but we did talk about that there could be, if found, if there's a structural frame that could possibly in the future that could hold, that might be a possibility versus a painted structure.
That would have
So
to be
with-
discussed with the
Yeah,
engineers
yeah.
who said no in the first place. Maybe
of
that
course.
mitigates it.
Of course, but the focus, I think, is going to be hopefully for the front of the transit center. Can we go on to the next slide? Thematic public art direction, Waves of History, the proposal for an installation using a narrative timeline format, weaving together three eras of local transit, surf, culture, and coastal ecosystem. The first one would be the rail and the port era, second, George Freeth and the birth of surf, and the third, the Redondo Beach submarine canyon. On to the next. This kind of gives an idea of history, but taking that on into hopefully a sculptural installation form in a modern kind of way. So this is the red car, of course, George Freeth, and then the Redondo submarine canyon, if everybody's familiar with that. Okay, next. A material application for public art at the Redondo Beach Transit Center should entail marine grade stainless steel, powder coated structural steel, high fire vitrified ceramic tiles, tempered structure glass and kiln form glass, any kind of industrial textures. Even if it's wood, it should have sealants over it. Materials must feature an anti-graffiti coatings and rounded edges for pedestrian safety. On to the next one. Redondo Beach Transit Center public art goals and scope: to transform a utilitarian commuter space into a cultural gateway that honors local heritage, promotes civic pride, and meets city public art mandates. To integrate a structurally sound installation designed to flow fluidly across Main Plaza and possibly pedestrian transfer pathways that would guide visitors and passengers through 3 defining waves of Redondo Beach history as they move through the Beach City Transit Center. Okay. Does the commission have any questions that they would like to?
I want to just add one comment, and just a reminder that this money was given to us specifically for this location. It's public transit funded money. Is that correct, Jack?
Jack, can you explain that?
Prop C transportation funds, yeah.
Prop C, right?
Prop C. So this has to be something, a piece of artwork that goes in this specific location. We cannot take this money out of here. So I just wanted to make sure that we're all aware of that. I think as commissioners, we all are, but I want to make sure that the public is aware that money is what it is. I love this idea. Okay. I think it's really, this is what Mayor
Did we skip a slide?
Okay.
Skip a slide at the end? Wasn't there one more slide?
It was dark. Let's go see.
Okay, and I apologize because there should have been one, but maybe not.
If you want to bring it back, I'll take a look.
Yeah, the Redondo Beach transit
I have
ideas.
no idea why.
That's okay. I was like thinking in my head, it was like,
goes gray
I
in
feel like I
between.
emptied, and I didn't mean to cut you off. Still,
Sorry, there was more.
Please hold your thought. Yes. So this is also Redondo Beach Transit Center public art concept ideas. Geometric layout, this is for ideas for hopefully the future artist. Layouts, arrays mimicking rail lines, switches, and pier pilings. Sepia tones and historical silhouettes of the classic red car and tall mast ships. Fluid dynamic sweeping curves representing moving ocean waves. Warm sun-dressed coastal color palettes such as golds, ambers, and deep teals. Stylized representations of early redwood surfboards and the iconic silhouette of George Freeth. Deep immersive gradients of indigo, navy, and bioluminescent blues. Wow. Organic layered patterns representing deep sea contours, canyon walls, and marine macro life. Subtle use of integrated low voltage LED lighting to mimic the shimmering depths of underwater trench. To be continued, hopefully. And that's it. Thanks, Jack.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm going back to.
Yeah. I think this sounds really fun. I don't know about you guys, but I can already imagine 3 kind of separate but cohesive things coming together that really speak to the history of the city. And what a great way to welcome people in. We keep talking about the Olympics coming up, and I assume and hope that the transit center will be a big part of getting people into Redondo Beach as they go out to see the Olympics. And what a great place to start, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Does anyone have any ideas, questions, comments?
Start at that and then go down.
Commissioner Gold, you want to say?
No, I like it, and I would love to see something there. I can't picture anything specifically, but I'm excited that something could go there, and I would love for it to be done before the Olympics.
When you were talking about some of the materials, I like the idea of a lot of times we do focus on a lot of sculpture, painting, ceramics, and the transit center. There are definitely going to be people taking that, whether they're from other countries or whatever. There are going to be a lot of people taking just to try out, I would imagine, our stuff. It would be really cool to have some kind of LED installation there. On the other side, like thinking of stuff with glass and structures that contain like glass and stainless steel and that specific, it is, and this is just my personal thing, is I do like the idea of more modern looking art, and that it's not as on the nose for some things, that we make it. We have the whole history throughout once you get into Redondo Beach, but some of these access points are more, should be flashy. They should be, do you know what I mean? Like, you can come into the city to find out more, but on the outside, we should get your attention. So something like that. Like when they land at our transit center, it's like something dazzling would be the idea. And I like the materials is that sparks a lot of stuff, and that you scoped it out to see where we're going to put some of this stuff.
Commissioner Pitsley, do you have anything that you wanted to add about this?
Yes, no?
Sorry.
I like all of that as well. But I really love the idea of, and I saw this at the Science Center a few years ago, and I don't know if it's still there, but it's a mural that when you walk one way, you see an image, a continuous flowing image, and then if you walk backwards the other way, you'll see another image. And I don't know what the name of that is, but I'd love to see if we can get something.
What a great idea of a way to weave two stories together in one piece.
That's all I have.
Thank you.
I like it too. The only thing I want to say is that, every time I've been to the transit center, and the only reason I've been there is actually to look at the space, to which kind of art would fit there, because in my natural way of life, I don't go to the transit center. Not too many people go to the transit center. The passengers get off that bus before the transit center, and they get on the bus after the transit center. So it's not like a port authority or something where people are like running around. It's basically a bunch of buses and bus drivers. But, having said that, obviously it deserves to have some sort of art, and hopefully in the future, public transportation will become more popular in our region and people start using it more over there. It lacks dynamism, the transit center, so any art should really introduce some sort of dynamics. That's what I think. Some sort of even entertainment, where if you end up at the transit center and waiting for a bus, something that you can look into. I'm not suggesting a video or anything like that, which could have a video element, but I strongly recommend that it has a sound element, like music or some sort of sound. Maybe it's something, a circling thing with the waves of the thing area or the sound of the thing. So that's something that we may want to write into our proposal, because it's really a very, for the lack of better word, a dead area right now.
Let's not forget it is kind of loud with them going in and out. So
That's
sound, I get sound, but it's not like it's always a quiet area to hear that sound. But I love the sound. I'm with you on that. But I don't think sound in that particular place, because of the traffic with the buses and when I was there and taking pictures and everything, it may or may not work so well into the benefit of that, whatever artist is out there that does.
Well, there's
that
also,
with-
I mean, if power and batteries stuff, if that's a thing in the tones. But remember that one we had where you
They were going to put on the top of that.
Yeah, and we don't have to worry about neighbors there.
Yeah.
Like it's,
No, the
Yeah.
pallet shelter's right next door.
oh, that's
People are
right.
living there.
Yeah, so
So you have the pallet
might
shelter.
be, yeah.
May I point out that the owner of the property, across the street, the Galleria, is currently hinting that they intend to put a lot of housing on that property. I mean, a lot. So that does make it less dead.
Yeah.
There is, so there are
Sure.
proposals, discussions, nothing has been finalized, but
So
there is
there will be
great talk
people- yeah,
of a
we're
lot
getting
of
people.
housing going in across the street from this, which will also make more people use the site.
Regardless, these are all great ideas. And as far as the sound, the thing we talked about, you can do, it doesn't have to be waves, like if it's a soft sound, but like if you think of tonalities and stuff like that, some of your deeper sounds, you could turn it into like some kind of sound thing, like Close Encounters, where it's like boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? Like it's like, it doesn't have to, again, it doesn't have to be on our nose. Like it doesn't have to be waves particularly. But if you can think about, boom, 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 because the buses aren't there all the time. And if you're just chilling out, instead of elevator
But, I
music,
mean,
we
there
just
could
get.
be a sound of waves might be better than the boom, boom, boom.
I'm
agreeing.
yeah, I agree.
But, so it might be, so to be continued. Again, that
Yeah,
would
yeah.
be upon, the
When we get
artist
there.
that is there.
Madam Chair, can I be excused? I need to just get a call. I need to run. So my apologies.
No.
Okay, nothing important.
Whoa, dude. Whoa, no, just kidding.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner
Is there
Tierney.
any way we could have I want to know if we could have a possible
Pizza party?
understanding, a vote to put out for like artists for this, because this is what we've been waiting for. Again, like,
Yeah, but this one's been kicked around for a
yeah,
minute.
so for an RFQ or
Jack, what do you
whatever.
propose are our next steps on this? Should we vote a motion to send this to council as our recommendation? Where do we go from here?
I guess what needs to happen is you would ask staff, me, to determine what is necessary to activate that money
Okay.
and make sure that it's doable, that there's nothing blocking us.
And if so,
or
can we
there's
put
no
a call out?
process. There's
Call
no
out to artists.
process.
Yeah, and if we want to put a call out to artists, then.
Are we required in this particular case, since we got money allocated for that spot, do we have to put out bidding stuff for this too, since we're tasked with just?
There's no rule that says it ever has to be bid.
Why?
That
So then
is,
why- yeah,
I know,
that
yeah,
has
I've been-
been the process all along because it's common.
Well, that's
That does not mean it is not mandatory. You can go to a gallery and purchase art. That's actually specified as something that's allowable.
Just to get this out, I've been on this commission for 6 years, and from day one, I've been screaming that this best practices, I never liked that term. Best practices, it's not the best. If you did it yesterday anyway, then today's the best practice. But I appreciate you saying that, because I've been thinking that the whole time. Like, if you see something cool and we all like it, it's not our job to figure it out here. If we all like it, it goes up to
I
council
will
and they
forward
pick.
you the appropriate parts of the ordinance and the master art plan that were adopted to it that describes all the options there are for obtaining art.
I appreciate you
And then
saying
you
that.
can
It's been a
just
long.
skip rather than having to wave your way all the way down to the definition of what constitutes an artist. There's a definition for that too.
Right. Cool.
Perfect,
No,
perfect.
see, I hope you all feel freer tonight because I do. I've been,
we make a
dude,
motion then?
no one
And
said that
offer
until
also
he came
public
up
comment?
here. The mayor did that. Like, I've been trying to say that since I've been here, and it's like refreshing, so.
Is there any public comment on this? Any online or e-comments?
We have no hands raised on Zoom, and there are no e-comments.
Thank you.
Should we receive and file the report of the subcommittee?
Can we receive and file? Would anyone like to make a motion to receive and file?
Make a motion.
I second.
Thank you, Commissioner Christian Kelly, for your motion. Thank you, Commissioner Melendez, for your second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And would we like to request staff to find out what is necessary to get this to move forward?
Yes,
Yes, please.
I think.
Please, Jack, and thank you.
And that might also entail with the Esplanade then too, for more artists for that. I know we have Debbie Collette and Patty Lynette, but also there's still the whole beginning, middle, and end that we wanted to move forward with artists on that as well. So
Yeah, I'll point out, we did not go through a competitive process to do the bollards.
right.
We simply named the
So-
artists and said, finish your work.
So that one as well. So
Are there any other reports from subcommittees tonight?
that's what I was going to say, my other subcommittee, my double subcommittee left. But I would also like to address that too, because I want to,
And this is your Esplanade subcommittee?
this is the Esplanade subcommittee. So,
And we would like to just find out what we need to move forward with.
well, with, we're going to do the same, the same.
Whatever the legal processes are
already
per
have-
the art fund
Okay.
and the master art plan, you may engage and we can start on
Okay.
it. It can be competitive, it can be an RFQ and an RFP. You can do something differently. I'll send you the appropriate parts.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah.
Is there anything else? Okay. If not, I move to adjourn. The next meeting of the Redondo Beach Cultural Arts Commission will be a regular meeting to be held at 7 p.m. on August 26th, 2026 in the Redondo Beach, in the Redondo Beach Council Chambers at 415 Diamond Street, Redondo Beach, California. Meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.